Welcome to We Are the City. This is a series of inspirational videos where we've asked some of the city's most senior women to share their inspirational stories with you. We hope by watching these clips you will feel motivated enough to go on and live your own career dreams. We really hope you enjoy what we have to share for you, and once again thank you for being members of We Are the City.
The reason behind these videos is to inspire more women to take up careers here in the city. So let's get started.
There are three things that I focus on. Firstly, in terms of how I earn my money, it's working with executives largely in the city. I work with them in their leadership roles. I have a real interest in restoring pride in this industry. And thirdly, as chair of or president of Women in Banking and Finance, my interest is getting more women into more senior roles, more influential roles within the city.
So you mentioned that you used to be a funds manager. That must have presented quite a few challenges.
Yeah, I guess as with his life, if you've got a strong position, a strong perspective on something, you're going to find people object to it or have different perspectives. So when you're buying a stock, when you're investigating a company, you'll have, in our case, it was like a jousting match. You're constantly having to defend a stock, and if it wasn't doing well, it battered your confidence. But what you needed to do was retain your confidence, stick with it, and when you stick with it, it eventually comes through if you've done your work, if you've done the analysis, if you've got a slight edge.
Tell me about Women in Banking and Finance.
We're a network across the whole of the financial services sector. We focus across the industry. So what I try to tell our members or prospective members is that they should be a member of their own internal women's network, of their corporate, and then a member of Women in Banking and Finance, because they therefore get aspects and perspectives and focus that's external to their own internal network. And I think it's really critical if you can be a part of a group where you can get the information a little bit more quickly than someone else, or where you can get support, or where you can get learning, or you can get a connection, a helping hand. That's how you get ahead. I mean, I've done lots of interviews with very successful women, and men for that matter, and invariably what they'll say is what you need is someone who champions you, or endorses you, or opens a door, or who has faith in you that you don't have in yourself, and sort of suggests to you, well, why don't you go for that job, or have you heard about this, or give this a go. Because most of us, and particularly women, often hold ourselves a little bit back. So it's really, really critical that we have supporters, endorsers, champions, just a buddy, someone to talk to, someone to give a helping hand, someone to vent with occasionally, someone who can open doors for you.
So would you say that's the reason why networking is really important as well?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I guess the way we try and do the networking is partly just, I get to know you, what is it I can do to help you, who is it that I know. So it's about what can I give to you, and then hopefully at some juncture you might be able to give to me. But I'm not selling directly to you. Networking is not me to you. So it's more about sharing anecdotes, sharing experiences, and as I say, being open to offering somebody something.
And what advice would you give to We Other City members? If you could give them advice for anything, what would it be?
I'd say stay curious, learn as much as you can, take risks, go outside your comfort zone. Because again, if you look to people who've succeeded, they've stepped out of their comfort zone. They've gone to do something that made them uncomfortable, but they had faith in themselves or confidence in themselves. And that comes with practice, that comes with having people supporting you, that comes with just jumping.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Because at the end of the day, most of us are not surgeons, right? So most of us, the decisions we make are not life and death. So if we get it wrong, okay, pick ourselves up, be resilient, try something else. Vanessa's a great example. Vanessa was champion for Women in Banking and Finance this year. She applied or was up for an award last year. She didn't get it. She didn't say, oh, well, that's it, it's all over. She came back and tried a second time, and she got it this time. So she's a tremendous role model, I think, for the city in general, and women in particular.
She's fantastic.
She's great.